Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning, everybody. Who's Islander? It looks like you're already at work. Sorry about that. Mike P, Jeff Elmore, Brady Metter, and Roger Hurd. How are you guys doing? Good to see you all here on the Gospel at the Wheels. It is another beautiful morning in Western Colorado. As always, it seems, right? It's always beautiful here. That's not true, but it's good here a lot of the time. Hope everybody's got their coffee. Roger, I hope you don't have your coffee. We don't need you shaking any more than you already do. I know Brady's probably drinking Dr. Pepper or whatever you Oklahomans do. Uh, oh, man. How is everybody doing? 80 degrees there, Roger. Wow. In Prescott. It's going to be, I think, like 68, 69 here, which is awesome. Really, like just about perfect temperature for us. Oh, hang on. Let me turn on my beauty light. Just a second. Oh, internet. Ryan Lukey, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Brady mentioned that before. It's like, Roger, if you looked into any of the work Dr. Mark Gordon is doing on traumatic brain injuries, yeah, let us know. Hopefully. Paul Yancey, what's happening? Jesse Lycia, 87, Waco, Texas. Nice. Bruce Kennedy, what's happening, man? How is Michigan? Are you at Upper Peninsula, Michigan, or just normal Mitten Peninsula or whatever, Michigan? I don't know. Chris, what's happening? Sweet. Yeah, we'll see you in just a little bit for that. Tony Andrews, what's happening? All right. Yes, Tony, we will see you. We will be in the shop ready to help you get all that done. Normal, central, lower, rain. What? Yeah. I don't know if you mean mitten or rainy. There you go. Rain's good though. It keeps the dust down. Roger, you got it in the Barrows Institute. I don't know much about that, but that's awesome. I'm excited for you. That'd be cool. News at the shop, guys. I just took the YZ 125 apart. The suspension is headed towards Brady today via UPS, and he's going to sex that thing up and make it all awesome. And then I got the head going to Kelsey at Arcade Tech today. I got to measure the deck height so we can get the shape right, but we're going to get that dialed in, and then we're going to have a legit YZ 125 versus 125 XC shootout. It's going to be awesome. Brady, I agree. Dust sucks, and we have way too much. So, see, Motorbike Channel, damp sand in 50s in Southern Illinois river bottoms. Ooh, that's good. Damp sand is like, well, we all know it's like a dream. So that is awesome. AJ Ree, what is happening? Good to see you back on the tubes. There we go. Yeah, so YZ125 project is coming along nicely. I didn't build the rest of the bike. Our wonderful benefactor Robbie Noyles did that and then brought it over to us to work or to use as a shootout bike. So that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to ride that. Jeff Elmore, who's on here, brought his Beta 500 RR over for a test loop run. That's gonna happen this Saturday morning. So 2 days from now, Dawn Patrol, I'm riding a Beta 500 4-stroke. So if anybody wants to join me and watch the struggle, come on out. And it's not the bike's fault that I'll be struggling. It's just I struggle with 4-strokes. So there's my mom. Hi, Mom. I love you. Everybody say hi to my mom, Suzanne Spradling. I love you so much, Mom. How are you? I haven't talked to you recently. And Dad, it's my dad's birthday today. Everybody say happy birthday, Scott Spradling. He is, how old is Dad today? Is he 73? So yeah, the Bruce Kennedy for the Doug Gardner. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm sending it to Kelsey, and then he'll probably have you do it because I'm sure it's going to need to be welded. I'm not sure how that works, but it's going to Kelsey first because that's easiest. So anyway, and Jeff Elmore, the struggle is real. Still taking on nutrition, right, Mom? So, yeah, that's awesome. Dude named Eric, what's happening? Oh, nice. 4'8". That's awesome. That's a good birthday, Eric. My dad's was 1948. He's on the road. See, this is classic, guys. So if you're reading the comments, my mom said he's on the road to Chickasha for a client. That's what my father does. He's 73 years old and he's still like skipping his birthday and going to work. That's what my father does. Raymond Wynn, what's happening? TTR 250 with the 325 kit ordered and will spank it all in the shootout. Nice. That's hilarious. Do they make a 325 kit for a TTR? That'd be hilarious. That should be. So my very first real dirt bike was a TTR 250, and I love that thing. Biker Sasquatch, what's happening? Yeah, and my mom also was born in 1948. So, hey, what's up, Jay Vincent, 1960? How are you? Hey, it's 7:30, guys. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments are absolutely ridiculous, and I love you all. How is everybody? Doug, you did see it is an RD 350 in the background. It's a really long story. It's a friend of mine's RD, and he brought it over, and we got it running good. And then the charging system wasn't working. I had Ricky Stater, whatever, rewind the stator. The only people I could find that would even touch it. Rewound it. It's still not charging, and then it just got pushed in the corner. So it's been there forever. Sometime, I will work on that thing. So Paul Reese, you didn't miss anything yet, except for that the YZ125 parts are being sent out to be all decked out and awesome. Garrett Anderson, I'm not answering your question because I know you're just poking the bear. Street bike ride today. Where are you going, Biker Sasquatch? Where are you heading today? It should be a really nice day all over Colorado, which is awesome. Yeah, so no agenda today, guys. Whatever you guys want to talk about, so shoot me your questions. Darth Mayhem, what's happening? Yeah, shoot me your questions. Let me know what you want to talk about. Actually, I had a question. It was not on the post. Let me see if I have any questions from the posts. Let's see. I don't think I do, honestly. So yeah. Anyway, no direct question. Robinson Motorsports, what's happening, Nick? But I did have a question. Someone asked me, direct message, why I went away from the torque drive on my YZ250. This is actually not a bad thing to talk about. Bishop's Castle. I love Bishop's Castle. That's so cool. That's so cool. Ewan's Kickstarter will hopefully be here today because he's riding that motorcycle tonight. I'm really fingers crossed that the thing's going to be here. But next race with the boys, I don't know. So I am going racing, not this weekend, but next weekend in Utah for National Hare and Hound. But unfortunately, the boys have a couple grades that are not where they should be. And we've talked to them and they've tried to talk to their teachers about making up the work. The thing is that they didn't get stuff turned in, and so they are not going racing if they have a C. That is what happens. So so unfortunately they're not racing that. So I don't know when the next one is. Hopefully very soon. Garrett, yes, I am taking the 125 to the National. That's gonna be awesome. And Brady, I did see the BRC 500 kit for the TPI bikes. I also saw the BRC 500 kit for YZ250s, and I'm definitely interested. But those things are, they're way too expensive, and I don't think they're gonna give me one. I don't have enough YouTube followers, so you guys need to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. The more subscribers, the more crazy cool stuff I can do. I'd be happy to pay for it. It's just that's a lot of money. And Biker Sasquatch, yes, the kids are absolutely killing it. They're freaking flying on those motorcycles. they just got to get their school grades up. And I think they're in that period of time in their lives where they just don't they don't care that much, and they're getting distracted by things. So anyway, whatever. It's all right. Mom and I are holding the line, and we're going to make them get their grades at least decent. Like, I don't expect straight A's, but they can't have C's and go race dirt bikes. So anyway, Patrick Beatty, what's happening? So yeah, hit the like button if you want to see me get a 500 kit on my YZ. That would be so cool. Yes, Biker. And Roger, no girls yet. Although actually, I think my older boy has a little girly friend that he doesn't want to say is his girlfriend, but she's this super duper cute cowgirl who also rides dirt bikes. So fair enough. Sounds just like your son, Rod. Yeah, and girls are the worst distraction. Dirt bikes are good distractions. I agree, because 100%. Can you, Doug, can I talk more about how short Kelsey is? I have not met him, so actually I can't, but you are more than welcome to. That's awesome. Jim Nash, what's happening? Time of their lives. I'm still suffering from the same distractibility. Fair enough. Yeah. So they are still getting to go ride tonight and all that. There's just no racing, because we got to take off like school to go race. And yeah. So anyway, that's all right. They'll get it squared away. They're normally A students. They just, they dropped the ball recently. What are good routes in the GJ Rabbit Valley? Raymond Wynn, the Western Rim Trail is one of the most iconic ones in that area. It's beautiful, has huge, giant, sweeping views, and the trail's really super fun. And then Trail 8 is one of the hard ones if you like the technical stuff. So, and then I actually, in Rabbit Valley, I like to go into Westwater, which is into Utah, and ride that stuff. There's more single track over there, more kind of techie stuff. So, and all that, you can find that on maps and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the best map for that stuff is, but there's tons of maps of that area. Biker Sasquatch, was Brotherson scared I'd smoke him? I doubt he was scared I'd smoke him. He's just Kyle. And Kelly Larson, what's happening? And he was too busy to come to thing. And I'm sure he is very busy. So whatever. Whatever. Hopefully someday I'll get to ride with Kyle. Can I still get SRT pipes through Highland Cycles? I have 2 hanging on the wall, and those are the only 2 that I can get right now because they are back ordered and have been for months now. As you guys may know, SRT is, it's an American company, but all their products are made in China. And I'm sure they have ships and all kinds of issues right now with the COVIDs and the whatnot. So I have 2 pipes. I have one for like 11 to 17 or 11 to 16 KTMs, 250s and 300s. And I have one like 17, 18 for KTMs, I think. Maybe a 19. I don't know. But that's all I got right now. And I'm waiting on the other ones. Oh my gosh, Garrett, you're funny. So anyway, dude named Eric, any suggestions on what can I say to friends that want to expose dirt biking? They express concerns about getting hurt while learning to ride. I can't seem to convince them that they won't die. Eric, that's a good question. That's a great question. So that's a tough one because if they're scared, they're going to have a hard time with the sport. But I don't know about your area, but Peach Valley is a great place for someone who's scared of that because there's some really big, giant, completely flat dirt areas with no rocks, like just a parking lot of dirt. And it's a great place to take someone. I would say the best thing you can do is if you can find a really low horsepower little 4-stroke, 125, 150, something like that, even no matter how big they are, and just get them out there going around in a circle. It's hard not to have fun, right? I mean, it's hard not to go, wow, this is awesome. and then they can start slowly working up to it. But as far as like if they're super duper scared, it's really really tough. So let's see, Bruce Kennedy. I went up and spent 4 hours clearing only 15 miles of trail, and you would not like this trail. It has stadium whoops on the entire loop, 25 miles of knee burning. The Michigan trails took a beating. It's funny. I don't mind whoops. They just hurt me like now because I'm old. I actually like them in general, but I'm just getting too old to like put up with them for very long. I get beat up. Shane McNabb, I die every time I ride. Once every time I die, I love it. I feel like I'm going to. I have that moment, and that's why I keep doing it, right? Is that exhilaration of like, oh my gosh, this is going to go bad, and you save it, and you don't, and it's like a huge win. And Nick, I agree. KDX 200, best first bike ever. My wife will be riding ours. Very soon, there'll be some videos of that coming, if she'll let me. And Brady, dirt bikes aren't for sissies. I agree. That was going to be my next thing to Eric is like, if they're just too scared, like don't bother because it is, I mean, I don't care who you are, how you ride them. You're right that you're probably not going to die, but you probably are going to, hit the ground and it's probably going to hurt. You just have to be willing to take that risk because it's so much fun. Roger, I will get a timed loop on the KDX for sure. I'm going to get a timed loop on the XR for sure. Like I said, the next one will be the 500RR on Saturday morning. And what I might do that morning is take my 300 and the 500 out that morning and do dawn patrol just by myself and do a couple loops, one on each bike. Because I want to do it at least out front, not trying to chase someone in the dust. So anyway. Yeah. Too bad the KDX cannot be electric start for the women. Fair enough, Bruce. It would be nice. That's why the 200 KTM was so brilliant. And I don't know why they got rid of that thing and replaced it with the 150, which is not nearly the bike that the 200 was as far as torque. I mean, 150 is a motorcycle, but it's not a 200. Scared you will get hurt. Yes. Let's see. What else, guys? What other questions do you have? By the way, thank you all for watching. There's a bunch of you guys on here. If you're watching and you're having fun, back out of the chat, hit the like button, and then come on back in. If you're watching this later and you're like, what the heck is all this? I don't understand this guy talking about dirt bikes. Thursday mornings, 7:30 Mountain Time. Join us here live. It's super awesome. If you guys like this stuff, hit the subscribe button. We are growing quickly towards the Octagon match with Zach. So yeah, I hear the Beta 200 is better than the KTM was. I am excited. I'd really like to ride one of those new Beta 200s. I think it'd be cool. Oh, Paul Yancey, picks for Santa SX. Atlanta, I am going to go. I hate to do it. I don't hate to do it. I like Cooper, but I think Cooper Webb's going to win it. I think Kenny's going to be second or third. I think Tomac is probably going to be the top three. And then past that, I'm not sure. So, yes, Roger, make sure the newbies buy a good helmet. Could not agree more. Let's see. Bruce Kennedy, I have several 200 KTMs agree this is you now have the Beta. Yeah. I just don't know why the KTM got rid of that bike. It's not like they had a hard time selling it. Like they sold the crap out of that motorcycle. So I don't know what. I don't know what the heck. Brooks Jung, next weather update. You mean like on Facebook out there? Maybe tomorrow. Brady. So no, I did not get the 85 Husky together. I'm still waiting on stinking gaskets. Yeah, from KTM now. Anyway, whatever. Hopefully that will be here today. I'm really, really, really hoping that's here today so I can get it done so that girl can ride it this weekend because she is going to the National, I believe, next weekend in Utah. So, yeah, it's super frustrating. It's just a base gasket. Literally the only thing I need is the base gasket. But No one else has one. Doug, I would like to do that very much. I'd like to ride a Beta 200 with an RK Tech head. I'd like to ride a KTM 200 with an RK Tech head. I'd like to actually ride just about everything with an RK Tech head. I think it would be really fun to have them on everything. It'd be awesome. The next project will be my YZ 250 with one. When KTM acquired Gas, they deleted their 200 as well. Yeah, Bruce, I don't get it. I mean, the 200 was a awesome little bike, and I mean, it even had its own class there for a while. I don't know. For coolant, ever use the propylene glycol antifreeze? Mike Webster, is that? I don't know. I use Evans. I don't know if that's what that is. I'm not sure if I know that it's normally ethylene glycol, but I don't know what propylene glycol. I don't know which one that is. So let me know. I don't know. Robinson Motorsports, do you feel you could possibly be faster on a 125 than 250-300 just because of the pure mentality of line choice and keeping momentum? 100%, Nick. 100%. I think that's why my times are so close. Is that thing? The 125. First of all, you have to fully commit to every line, and you cannot slow down. And then it's just so easy to move. It's also really easy to stop it. So you can feel really confident going deep into a turn because you can get it shut down. Richard Hartley, ooh, nightmare getting KTM parts. That sucks. You're over in England. That blows. So I've never used it. Well, zip tie coolant is Evans coolant, just so you know. And I don't know if RK Tech can work on your 450 head, Brady. Actually, someone can, because they do all kinds of head work to those things. Patrick Beatty, do you have any 12 to 16 250 300 SKF wheel bearing spacer kits available? Yeah, Patrick, I think I do. I've got I think I have rears and fronts for those. I think. Maybe call the shop 970-240-2197. I'll be in there about 9. Dude named Eric, any thoughts on Yamaha's line of e-bicycles? Considering one for my wife. I don't have any thoughts because I don't know anything about them. It's non-poison, Mike Webster. Okay. So yeah, I've never used it. But I don't know. I think you're fixing that, but that would be awesome. So I think that would be great. I mean, as long as it doesn't freeze and it pulls heat, then that'd be great. I know that, like I said, Evans is waterless, and I like that stuff for 2 strokes. I don't like it for 4 strokes. I think it lets them get a little bit too hot, and you don't notice it, and then you can melt 4-stroke parts. But Evans in 2 strokes is awesome. So, but yeah, Mike, as far as that, I mean, I don't know what the downside would be. So I think it sounds good. And on e-bikes, it's crazy. Tucker Rocky has their own e-bike. Parts Unlimited has their own e-bike. I'm sure Western Power Sports will have one. It's an interesting world we live in. Because the e-bike people are all out there e-biking around on trails that you're not supposed to be with a motor. It's whatever. I don't even want to go down that road. I don't want to argue about that with anyone. So it's ridiculous. Darth Mayhem, having trouble getting a KTM starter button. What year fits the 300? So Darth, on that bike, it's just a 2-wire normally open button, so you can actually put a kill switch over there, like just a red. I mean, it's red, whatever, but you can put a kill switch on that and it'll work just fine. I mean, it won't just plug in. You'll have to splice the wires, but if you have the good plug from the other button, you can cut that wire back and then splice that good plug into your other button, and then it just plugs in and out like a normal one. But like I said, it's just a normally open switch, so that when you push the button, it closes, it touches the wires. So that's all you need for to get you by. If you're going to complain about e-bikes, you have to be wearing spandex. I love you, Garrett. 87 octane with no ethanol or 91 octane with 10% ethanol? 87 no ethanol all day, especially at altitude with a normal engine. If you're at low elevation, sea level, with a high compression motor, you're probably going to have to run 91 maybe. But if you got a normal stock engine, you don't need to run 91. And the ethanol free is way better. Brooks Junk, do you need a voltage regulator to put a light on my hey, what up, Mike Barnado? Light on your 12 300XC. So it depends on what you do, Brooks. So depending on how you want to do that, I had a 2012 300XC, by the way. Lovely bike. One of my favorite bikes, actually. I love that bike. I just put so many hours on it that it was going to, anyway, it needed to go down the road. But if you want to run, you can run the Moto-minded setup that has like the little regulator rectifier and all that stuff in a box, and it's from Baja Designs, and it can run off the AC circuit, and you can just run that like plug and play, and it'll work just fine. If you want to run it off the battery, you have to float the ground on the stator and get more power. But then, and I think if you do that, you do need a different voltage regular rectifier that can handle more juice. But yeah. Brady, my bike still has the same fuel from last year. Is it still good? Brady, matter. You need to ride your motorcycle. You got new boots. You got to ride them. He is naked under there from what I hear on Facebook. That is awesome, Bruce. Yes, Biker Sasquatch, thank you for saying that. The Maverick in Montrose sells 88 non-ethanol pump gas, and it's awesome. And if you have a Maverick card, you can save money and all of that. It's awesome. Actually, I love the Maverick, especially ours, because it has a non-ethanol gas. It's awesome. I had someone try and tackle me off my bike yesterday. He realized it was a bad idea when I stopped. 6'4", 225 pounds, fully geared. I could have made his day way worse. Even ever run into that situation? Yeah, so Keith, I'm guessing you're talking about a non-motorized user. So I have an awesome story about that. So I was on a trail ride with a good friend of mine. I won't tell you who he is because he did a bad/awesome thing. And he's a skinny little guy who, by the way, rides bicycles better than most people ride bicycles. And then he's also a great dirt biker. We were on a trail ride going along, and we're on this single track trail, really steep, like mountain, right? Big trail. Anyway, and we come across these mountain bikers coming the other way, and these mountain bikers, we're in a legal trail, by the way, completely legal moto trail. And these mountain bikers come up and they start screaming at my friend, screaming at him. He's out front and yelling and telling him what a horrible person he is and all this stuff. And he's not one to put up with that at all. He's very, very deeply redneck. And he came unglued on the guy. And the guy throws his bike down and starts yelling like he's going to fight him. And he's like, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to hit me? He's in full gear. And the guy screams. Jeff gets so mad, he takes his multi-$1,000 mountain bike. He, leans his bike up against the ground, walks over, grabs his multi-$1,000 mountain bike, and just freaking throws it off the mountain. I don't even know. Like, he threw it so far off the mountain. I don't know where it freaking landed, but it was not good. And the guy, of course, is like freaking out. Jeff walks back. Excuse me, his name's Jeff. I won't tell you his last name. Anyway, walks back, gets his motorcycle, fires it up, and just right past him. And of course, oh my gosh, it was, it was awesome. So yes, it does happen, Keith. I was like, what on earth would that guy, like, what was he even thinking? It was funny. Brady Metter, by the way, Iceman over Maverick. That's hilarious. Do I miss the CC forks on an old? Yes, Patrick. I love the closed chamber forks on those things. I loved those forks. Had a guy on a KTM trail. His engine would cut out when he sat on the seat. He stood all day. Could cause it to miss by pushing on the corner of the ECU under his seat. That, Bruce, or the battery, because the seats are really close to the battery terminals on those, and I've actually seen that happen. You sit on it and it like disconnects the battery. So check the connections there. Yes, Jeff 2024, dude. He is one of my best friends and has been for a very long time, and he is hilarious. Yeah, he, dude, yeah, it's awesome. The stories that man tells are so. I was there for that one, but like, he puts up with zero crap, zero. He's got nothing to lose. He's just a crazy man. Yeah, Brady, there you go. Just loosen up your negative terminal on your battery, and then when you sit down, it'll disconnect. So yeah. Anyway, if I'll try to think of some more Jeff stories. There's so very many of them. I've been with him for so many. It's awesome. He has joined me for some crazy adventures. It's so good. All right. What else you guys want to talk about? We got a few minutes left here. Again, thank you all so much for being here, watching, and hitting the like button. We're almost like equal likes to viewers. That's huge. Brady, you would love Jeff, by the way. He is just, yeah, whatever. I can't even tell you how awesome that man is. I wish he rode. He doesn't ride that much dirt bikes. He's a very busy person, and he's got lots of things that he likes to do. So dirt bikes are just one of them, and so he doesn't get to ride as much. But when he does, and you go with him, it's really great. Paul Anstey, next race for me next weekend: National Hare and Hound, Jericho, Utah, racing the 125 in the 40A class. It's going to be a bloodbath, but I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. You might check the timing on that difference between the YZ250 and the KTM 125. You probably didn't time it right. The Yamaha must be faster, Mike. So I think. Thanks, Bruce Kennedy. I appreciate that. The KDX, actually, I just wrote it. Keith, you were maybe not here earlier. I just wrote it around. I finally got a pipe for it, an expansion chamber, and my wife is going to be riding bike now until my younger boy needs to transition to a 125. But yeah, so anyway, my wife will be riding that. We still have it. It's just not getting ridden because the kids like going fast, and their other bikes are much faster. What was I going to say? So, on the test loop, I think the test loop, I have a feeling what I'd like to see, what I believe is going to happen, is that it's going to show that it's the Indian and not the Arrow a bunch, because I think that I have a certain speed through that trail, and that if I can adapt to the bike, as long as it's not totally crazy different, the speeds are going to be really close. So I think that's what that's going to show. Unless there's something that's just super duper red. Yeah, Mike, it was very funny. The guy was a jerk. Like, we were just right. Anyway, whatever. He totally deserved it. Were you previously talking about a two-stroke book you liked? Oh yeah. CC Wright. Yeah, it's called, it's called Stealing. Hang on. I'm going to grab it. Honestly, guys, even if you don't like two-strokes, you should read this book. Stealing Speed. You can buy hard copies, but they're crazy, crazy expensive. A friend of mine gifted me this. It was lots and lots of money. It's out of print, but you can get it on Kindle for cheap, and they don't have audio. Anyway, it's called Stealing Speed, the biggest spy scandal in motorsport history. It is so good. Anyway, really, really recommend. If you don't, like I said, even if you don't like two strokes, it has a lot to do with the progression of MotoGP from its infancy to where it is now. Anyway, it's really cool. It's written by Matt Oxley. He's a MotoGP reporter, journalist guy who's really awesome. And anyway, cannot recommend this book enough. And it's really short and fast. Let's see. James, TBT suspension is so much better. Yeah. I was going to tell you that. Brady, I was just talking to James. How's it going, James? Let's see. He does have pants on. Yes, Bruce. Yeah, it's awesome. Paul, dirt bikers could read. It's amazing. Funny enough, some of us can. Biker Sasquatch. Have I seen footage from the Grinding Stone Hard Enduro? What did I think? I think that's not something I really want to do as a race. That looked honestly miserable. Not the terrain. The terrain did look, the big rocky stuff looked sketchy and like super scary. But whatever. The really loose stuff or the huge giant bottlenecks, like that's my thing about racing. I don't know. Okay. I am not being disparaging in any way. If you love that, then I think it's awesome because it's another form of motorsport racing, and I think that's great. So that being said, it's not my kind of racing because when there's just bottlenecks and you're just hanging out and like pulling people, that sounds like great for a trail ride with your buddies. Like let's see if we can make it up this, as like it's like climbing a mountain, right? Like let's see if we can get to the top or get through this thing. It'd be awesome. But as far as racing, it just doesn't seem, it's not my style. So yeah. Let's see. Make sure I'm out on that garbage. Yeah, biker. I'm just not. I mean, like I said, I could be interested in doing some like with a group and trying to like make it like an adventure, like an expedition. I think that could be really fun and cool and like bonding and all that really fun stuff. But in a race, I'm down. Like I'm out. That straight slab climb was nuts. By the way, my favorite highlight of the whole thing was the dude on the RM 250 just straight sending that one super sketchy section. That was so awesome. Oh my gosh, that was great. James Tully, yes, we should absolutely ride next week. I will be, so I can ride Thursday. Because I'm leaving Friday night for the National in Jericho. So Thursday night, we should totally ride. Robinson, what do I think about Caleb Russell racing outdoor MX? I think that's awesome. I don't know how he's going to do. I mean, I don't know what Caleb's background is. I mean, he's obviously like the man. Like, I don't think we need to like discuss how awesome Caleb Russell is at riding a motorcycle, but I don't know. Like I've had some friends that have been like, I mean, I got one friend here in town that he, finished fourth, was his highest finish, I think, in a national endurocross, like legit. Went to Romaniacs and anyway, whatever. And he's been to the nationals, motocross nationals. He's never made the show. So the Keith McQueen, so he's done fast on track. I think it's awesome. And I'm not like, Caleb was definitely a level faster than the friend that I know, like for sure, hands down, whatever. My friend doesn't have any national championships. So I'm not saying they're the same. Brady, right? Top 15 overall. That would be so freaking, I really, 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 really want to see that because I'd love to see an off-road guy crack the top 20. That would be way cool. Well, Mike Brown, right? I mean, he did both. And Nick, I think absolutely helped the ISDE defend its gold 100%. I mean, we all of us dirt bikers would do well to spend some time on tracks, right? And like really work on our corner speed, really work on just being precise with throttle and clutch and, in a different realm than what we're used to. And track time would be great. I'd love to spend more time on tracks, but we just don't have anywhere near us here. But that's all right. We have millions of acres of public land, so I just go there. But I'm not very fast because of it. I think that I could be much faster if I had a track to spend time on. Right on, Brady. I did not know that he was running top 5. That's huge. I didn't know. I've only known him, in my world as the off-road champ. So that's awesome. Paul Yancey, yeah, street riding and dirt riding, cornering is such a different game. What's crazy though, Paul, I'm sure you know because you're a giant Valentino Rossi fan, is that dude is clearly fast going around turns no matter what the surface is. Dude, James Tully, I'm with you. He needs a 252 smoke. So here's a little, it's 8:04. We got to go, but here's a little something to leave you with, and maybe we can talk about this next week. Is that why on earth does the AMA not allow 252 strokes to compete in the lights class? That's all I'm going to say. It's ridiculous in my opinion. I think it would be really good for the sport. And yes, Keith McQueen, the doctor rules. All right, guys, it's 8:04. I got a boogie. I got a ton of work to do. Like literally a ton of work. And tonight we are riding. If you're in the area and you want to ride dirt bikes, we are going to Dry Creek tonight at 5 o'clock. The boys are coming. If you guys have watched some of the videos, that does not mean that it will be slow or easy anymore. They are redonkulous. So anyway, it's going to be awesome. Punk Rock Club, thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I love you so much. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope, as always, that you get out, you spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on and get out and ride your dirt bikes!